Kennedy here. How are you?
Good, good.
Okay, so
my artist name is Benita Jelaine.
Benita Jelaine.
Benita Jelaine.
Okay, Benita Jelaine. Okay,
Yes.
so I found you via social media, of course. I think everybody has over the Valentine's Day week. Okay,
Yes.
your story has gone like super viral. You blogged your way to go see your boyfriend in North Carolina, I believe. And when you got there, his wife answered the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I was just like, I got to get her on the show. I really do. I know you've made a few TikTok videos trying to explain the whole story, but I wanted you here so that we can hear it all together and not, in bits and pieces and things like that, and it was just, to me, I was devastated. I was devastated for you. Because I don't know what I would have done. I definitely wouldn't have handled it the way you handled it, but we all have our ways and things like that, strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so starting from the beginning, how long have you been blogging?
Okay, so I was blogging a while ago, and I started blogging again on TikTok. So I'm an artist, so I was trying to build up a fan base on TikTok because I had already started a following on Instagram. So I had Instagram on lock, Facebook on lock, and so TikTok was the last of the Mohicans where I was like, let me try to get my views up on there. And so I've been blogging on there for a minute since the pandemic. Like, I think a lot of people started getting into it during the pandemic.
Okay.
And so that's what happened. I started blogging on there. And the crazy thing is, I posted him on my TikTok. And it's so crazy because I don't know why. My logic is not officially, I didn't post him on my Instagram yet. I was like, I'm not posting on Instagram until I'm married. You know what I'm saying? When you put a ring on it, then you can go to my Instagram where all my followers, my core followers for years has been there. And my friends and family are on there. So I was like, you can't go in there yet.
Okay.
So even on my TikTok, I had a different name. It wasn't even my artist name, Benita Jelaine. It really was, I used to be like, an alias was like, Bo knows this. You know what I'm saying? Because I would do funny memes. I would follow the trends on TikTok. I would do the dances. I would do everything that you could do. And so I was like, you know what? Since we started this budding relationship, before I think I didn't start posting him until the second month of dating when I really started letting my wall down a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, I see a lot of black love on TikTok, so let's, post on TikTok. And he was like, let's do it, babe. I was like, we're going to go viral. I was telling him, I was like, we're going to go viral. People are going to talk about how good we, ironically, how good we, how good we look and how much fun we have. And then we started doing these things when we would go to different restaurants and like blog about them and, do little critiques on them or whatever. So it was like we started getting a little bit of a following.
And he was doing all this being married.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so keep going. Oh, jeez.
So that's why it's crazy. I think that's why it went viral even more because people started making TikTok pages just to go and see because people started talking about it. Oh, because people would think it was a skit at first. They was like, oh, this is fake. She knew. I mean, as much support that I've gotten just as much hate from the first original video.
Of you showing up and blogging like, hey, I just showed up. His wife answered the door. So they thought because of how free and open you guys were on TikTok that there was no way you could have not known that he was married.
Exactly.
Okay, so my boyfriend's been going for like 10 days. He has a investment property in North Carolina, so he's been working on the house. They've, renovated and gutted it out, so he was there to like project manage, and I really, really miss him. And so I'm gonna do a pop-up to surprise him. So follow me. But first I'm gonna go to Charlotte, hang out with my little cousin. She's having an event, so this just happened to be knocking two birds out with one stone. I'm gonna hang out with her for a little bit, and then he's like an hour and a half away from her, and then I'm gonna go and follow me. All right, guys, I'm about an hour away, and I kind of think that he knows I'm up to something. Because he called me twice, and I was still in the car within the last 2 hours, and I was just like, oh, no. I just been running errands all day, me and Snow. Say hey, Bubba. Say hey, Snow. So I will keep us updated, and I'll see you in a bit.
Hey guys, so I'm in Charlotte. I'm with my cousin. Say hey, Day Day.
Hey.
And who would ever believe that I would still be at my cousin's house? So guess what? Y'all saw my stories. You see my love story panning out on TikTok. Who would have ever thought that I pop up on my boyfriend and his wife answers the door? What? Yeah. He has a whole wife. He's been married. She said they celebrated 7 years. Yeah. And this man's still texting me right now. He couldn't come outside. This woman was like, I was wondering. She said, I was wondering who was born in your phone. She was blaming me, said that I knew. This man has lived a double life. For 5 months we've been together. A double life. This man has pretended to love me and to court me. And we just came back from Vegas. Y'all saw the trip we was laughing and joking about. And I'm so happy that I waited for so many things. And I feel sorry for her because she's stuck with him. I'm gone. But it's just another lesson. But who would ever thought? Why me? I'm in shock. I was so happy. I was popping on the love of supposedly love of my life. Like, be careful out here, women. These men are terrorists. Be careful out here and pray for me, please.
Okay. That was the happiest day. When you see the transition in the beginning, I'm probably pretty sure you saw the video. I was super happy.
Yeah.
We were actually he was calling me throughout the ride. People was like, oh, she was popping up. That's why she got popped. We had such an open, which I thought, such a healthy relationship. And we spoke about different things. It was nothing for me to come and surprise my man because I thought that this was my man. So it didn't turn up. It wasn't a pop-up like, oh, he didn't know I was coming. It really started like a main surprise of him calling me on the ride there and realizing, wait, why are you still in the car? And I'm just like, I'm going to see my man, like making jokes with him. And he was like, really, babe? He was so happy, big smile on his face. The whole.
I hate the Birdman, I hate BG, I hate Juvenile. You ain't about to come play celebrity with us.
You unpacked a lot there. How did it get to where it is now? Like,
you spending $2.5 million on a bitch who was with Tonto. You heard me? She was the other dude out to 17, and she young buck while she was with you.
who is this lady?
His wife, the one who he be on TV with now, man, young buck. That's why Juvenile always saying he hate young buck. Oh Lord, you know you're killing me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it like it is.
You got a teardrop.
More on this one too.
Is that what it?
That's a tattoo. Tattoo.
It's just a tattoo?
We'll talk about it.
Can you rap something for us?
All I need was something that I could feed off, getting first crack at the beef like I'm the lead off. You're like weed, well, homie, come get your lean on. Catch you while you're rolling them trees and knock it clean off. If it's hard for the seat, I put the beam on. Thinking I'ma miss you with these, you better dream.
Rockefeller Records co-founder Damon Dash has filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy in my backyard, and he didn't hire me. I reviewed the schedules. First, he listed just $4,350 in assets. He has a lot of companies that are listed with unknown value worth of assets. Also, I found it really interesting that he owes Chris Brown supposedly $100,000, and he listed that he has a cause of action against Chris Brown and others for defamation and other things. Another thing is he listed no income, which is really strange because there has to be some sort of income, if family support or otherwise, that's helping you pay your bills. He only listed $5,200 a month in expenses. But this is proof that bankruptcy is not the end. It's the time to restart, rebuild, and get back to work. I'm Chad Van Horn at Van Horn Law Group, and if Damon Dash can use the bankruptcy system to rebuild and get his fresh start, so can you. Give me a call today if you're dealing with debt issues.
True story. I was 37, pregnant, and my ass was on a walker. Why? He took all my damn vitamin D. Now, even though I was taking a prenatal, he took that too, and I was breastfeeding, and he took more. I didn't find out till 3 years later that my vitamin D was so low. I took a test. Here's the test. And as you can see, severely so low in vitamin D3 that they had to supplement me 50,000 IUs, my doctor, okay, at 40 years old. I couldn't walk from my office to my house, which was across the street. I had to wear thick sole shoes just to ease up the pain on my feet. Would have known it would have been a simple vitamin deficiency. And so for that reason, I keep me some vitamin D3. Why? Because it helps the body to absorb calcium, to support the immune system so that the immune system won't cause inflammation, which will cause pain. And so this is the one that I particularly use, which is 10,000 IUs. It is flavored. I love that it has vitamin C here. You don't need to take it every day. I would suggest that you do talk to your doctor. You may need a test. Hop on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off this very potent vitamin D3, okay?
I get sick to my stomach. Think about it now. I'm glad we're doing the interview now because days ago I wouldn't have been able to just talk to you.
Right.
Like, at all.
Okay.
So he's like, okay. He was like, well, babe, I'm working on this house. There's so much construction everywhere. I don't want you up here. He's like, he was like, bro, I know you're not. He's like, babe, please don't come up here. Don't come up here. And he was like, because I don't want you seeing all of this and I don't want you to see it yet. So I was like, all right, cool. Cause I'm believing him. I always told him in the beginning of our relationship, I will believe everything you say until I don't. Everything done in the darkness comes to the light. So I had no reason to not believe that this man was true. I had the passcode to his phone because he knew I was the type of woman that I don't have to go through your phone because I'm secure in myself. We used to share each other's location. I think he was doing that to reassure me from my past trauma. And that reassurance that he gave me made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? With everything. This man was a master manipulator.
Now, you didn't see nothing in his phone that was like a red flag?
I never looked through his phone. I never looked through it. The most that he's been on, he used his business. People say you were blind. The rose-colored glasses was there. Me looking back at it now, I'm like, okay, maybe that was it. Okay, that was Benito. Why didn't you pay attention to that? He used his business so much as this was his grind, and I was supportive of his business. He would be on Instagram not knowing that he would show me the DMs of him going on live. I've been on this man's live before, but like, oh, did he post you? I've definitely been on his live before. He was definitely open about our relationship, so I did have no reason to think that this wasn't my man, $100,000.
Okay.
So anyway, on the way there, he realized that, that I'm coming. So he's like, I'll meet you in Charlotte. So I was like, all right, cool. My cousin lives in Charlotte. So my little cousin lives in Charlotte. It's like, we go there. The only reason I was popping up because he's a big Eagles fan. And I was like, okay, I know he's working on that house. Let's go stop doing what you're doing and let's go watch the Eagles game. So when I get to my cousin's house, I'm getting there a little early. Super Bowl starts at 6:30. I get there at like 4:45-ish. And the text messages and the calling start slowly but surely dying down. So I'm not stressing it because I'm like, he knows that I'm coming. He's probably not sweating it. He's working. Supposedly he's working on his sink all day. From the morning when I called him, he was working on his sink. His excuse was, I said, your girl, you haven't seen your girl in 10 days. Stop working on the sink. I'll be there in a second. And he's like, I want to get the house, at least the sink ready. So when you come up here, it'll be ready for you to use it. I mean, so many excuses. So anyway, me and my cousin talking, and I get there at 4:30 and 4:45, and I'm like, are you on your way? Because you're an hour and a half away, so we're supposed to be meeting there at the same time. And then all of a sudden, the text message, he didn't respond right away. So then I call his phone, and he answers, I got to call you right back, babe. Something happened with the pipe. It bust. I got nervous. I was like, first of all, you shouldn't have been touching it, because if you hire people to do that, why are you working on that? Red flag. So me and my cousin talking, getting through. It gets about like 5:30, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're so excited to see me, why are you not there yet? When I pulled up, you should have been there right then and there at the same time that I got there. I'm like calling his phone. Now he's not answering. At this point, he's not answering. Now it's not the spidey senses of my man cheating on me. It's more so of, are you okay? You were working on a sink. It bust. The water bust everywhere. You supposedly in the sticks. He had a story about leading up to this. He had a story about him arguing with his neighbor in this whole area. And I'm just like, okay, you don't know nobody out there. Let me see what's going on. So that's when the mission started. And that's when it became a pop-up. So when it became a pop-up, I literally get in the car. Okay. My dog was with me. I was frantic at this point. Not frantic, but more so, he's never not answering his phone without letting me know that he's not going, that something happened. Okay. So I get in the car. I leave my dog there. I jump in the car. We used to share our locations. Now all of a sudden the location is off.
Mm.
That bothers me. So now it becomes worry. And I'm like, let me get gas. I'm in this area that I do not know. It's nighttime at this point. The Super Bowl is on. I don't even care. I'm just trying to get to him. My thoughts was, let me get there. I'm going to see him sweeping up water, stressing out about this. Not, I'm going to get there and there's a wife there. So as I'm driving, it really is a calmness. I said, it had to be my ancestors like putting a calmness over me, because I was really a calmness. And I'm thinking it's a calmness that he's okay. He's just not answering his phone died, whatever it could be. So I go, and as soon as I get there, I pull up the location from him sending me the address before, but I screenshotted it. He thought he was so slick that he didn't give me the full location, but he gave me from his share location from him going to the house. I screenshotted it. I don't know why I did that, but of course I did that because subconsciously your body does stuff that you don't know that's going to happen. So I pull up. As soon as I pull up there, my stomach, pit of my stomach, because I see a car there. Let me tell you, backstory. The car that's there is a car that's supposedly broken. This car was supposed to be in the shop in Atlanta. This car was supposed to be in Atlanta, and we were supposed to drive down together to bring it back to North Carolina that following week. So when I see the car there, I automatically get nervous. So I called my cousin. I said, I don't know what's going on, but there's another car. There's this old car. The car that was supposed to be fixed is sitting outside. And so she was like, it's okay. So I was like, I'll call you back. I hang up the phone. I ring the doorbell. My ditzy self sees somebody. The lady comes to the door. I'm still like, well, maybe that's his cousin or something. And I'm like, and she was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, hi, I'm Benita. And she's like, who are you? I said, I'm Benita. And she says, immediately, I knew, I was asking you who Bond was in your phone. He saved my name as Bond. Let me tell you how manipulative. When he was around me, Tasha, he had my number saved as Brooklyn Wife in his phone. That means that when he went around her, he would change my name back to BON.
Oh. So it sounds like a dude's name.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and who are you? And she says, I'm his wife for 7 years. At this point, she's screaming. At this point, I step away from her porch. I step away because it was like fight or flight. I didn't know what to do. I just stepped back. And at this point, the tears are pouring out my eyes. I'm glad I wasn't on my phone. I'm glad I didn't pull up and vlog me opening the door. I'm glad that wasn't the case. This woman is screaming at this point. She's pointing to me. She's saying, you knew. My heart is in my stomach because I'm like, how did I know? How did I know? She says, I followed you on Instagram and he told me that he told you that I followed you. I said, first of all, see, I thought that you were an ex-wife, that he was divorced for 7 years. That you wasn't, I didn't know that you were a wife, but you was together for 7 years. These are all the thoughts that's going through my head. I'm screaming. I'm begging him, please come outside. Give me an explanation. She's telling him, yeah, get outside, mother effer. Give her an explanation. Why? Get outside. He wouldn't even come outside, Tasha. Every time I think about it, I get upset. He wouldn't even come outside. So she's screaming at this point. All I know is she said, how did you get my address? At this point, she said, this is my house. Those are my two cars, the cars that he's been driving around. My cousin's calling me. She's screaming, where's your location? She's like, don't send nobody else to this mother at the house. He's at the door trying to pull her in. At this point, I see a gun. She's pointing the gun at him. And she's telling him to get out the house or whatever, give me an explanation. He's telling her, don't point that gun at me. This is a man I don't even know. This man is cursing at her. He's calling her all types of bees. She calling him every type of mother effer. He has never talked to me that way. We talk to each other like king and queen. He was a different person. She points the gun. When I was so emotional and I said in the text message, your wife pulled the gun on me, she didn't pull it on me. She actually pulled it on him. But when she was saying don't send nobody else to the location, then she pointed at me, but basically mostly like to the air. But I was already so far back, and I was ready to get in my Jeep. I was really literally about to pull off, and I got back out because I needed an explanation. This man gets in the car, and he drives off. And leaves me standing there with a woman with a gun. She still has got the gun at this point. She's still pointing it in the air. She's still pointing it my way. The fact that I'm standing here talking to you, that story could have went a totally different way. All because of his lies, of him wanting to. I still don't have the answers. I don't know why did he even. I was minding my own business. This man chased me for a whole year. He pursued me for a whole year. And I told him I was focused on my music. I was at peace. I was finding healing. And he came as my kingdom husband. He came as my person. He's been around my family. I thought this man lied about having 4 kids, about the same woman, which was his ex-wife. That's why he told me that he had a really bad relationship and that he was going through child support for his last daughter, who was like 18, 19. I've spoken to his daughter on FaceTime multiple times. Come to find out, I'm wondering, how can I speak to his daughter? How can I meet his son? Because those are not her kids. So I don't know what the dynamic was between her and, them. That's why they could talk to me. I'm thinking back of all the people, like his cousins that I've been around. I'm looking like, y'all all pieces of shit at this point. At this point, somebody could have told me something. What was going on? This man has been on double dates with me with my friends. This man has sat there and talked to my mother and told her that I was his future wife. This man has been to my grandmother's house in South Carolina. We have drove all the way to South Carolina just to meet my grandmother and my family. And you had a whole nother situation for 7+ years. So yeah, that's why we're here today.
That was a lot.
Yeah. And that's the tried to be the short version of everything that happened.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him since?
So right after it happened, that was on a Sunday. That Monday, I'm still distraught. He called me that Sunday. My cousin was like, I have to get out the room. That Sunday, he told me, this is when I'm still distraught. This is the person that I was falling in love with, that I loved. I really loved him with my whole heart. He literally said, tell me now. I'll go get my stuff out the house right now and I'll go with you. And I said, what are you talking about? What I look like taking you? I'm still distraught, but still love him. But I'm like, what? Can you give me an explanation? Are you married? This man still told me he wasn't married. I said, so why would that lady say that? He said, I don't know why that B said that. And I said, wait, first of all, why are you calling her B? You know I don't like when you call women a B. He was on the phone with me. I was on the phone with him. My head was pounding, but I'm still listening to him because I'm trying to get an explanation. I literally screenshotted our FaceTime call, but of course the volume was out when you screenshot a FaceTime call. And you can see him explaining and stuff like that, supposedly crying, tearing up. And I'm literally crying and I'm screaming and I'm pointing. But after a while, I start calming down. I'm just listening to him. He literally says he will go get his stuff. And he keeps looking at the door. So I said, why you keep looking? You can't go back in the house. I can go back in the house if I want to. And I'm like, first of all, who are you talking to? So he's still telling me that he can come. So I was at my cousin's house. My cousin wouldn't let me leave because I was hysterical. He said, go home. I'll meet you at the house. He said, don't tell nobody else. He said, don't tell your mother. Don't tell your family, because if you tell them, then I'm going to be looking at them. They're going to be looking at me crazy when we work it out. I'm going to fix this, babe. I'm going to get my shit together. I promise I'm going to fix it. I promise I'm going to fix it. And I'm just like, he said, don't make an answer now. Don't give me an answer now. Sleep on it. I'll meet you there in the morning. Actually, I'll come and get you. Leave your car at your cousin's house. I'll drive you back to Atlanta.
With her cars?
No, at this point, he wanted to be in my car. At this point, he was going to drive me back in my car. Or her car, leave my car there. I don't know. At this point, this is delusional. So anyway, I'm still talking to him. I don't answer. I drive to my grandmother's house for the day on Monday. I drive all the way back home on Monday. He's calling me at this point. He's texting me. He says, I'm in Atlanta. And he was like, I'll call you. I'm working. He always was working. He's like, I'll call you. I'm working. He's like, please, let's talk about it afterwards. I hung up the phone with him and I immediately blocked him. I blocked him on everything. And at that point, I have not spoken to him since that day.
But he know where you stay, right?
He knows where I stay. I had to change my code. He even had a code. You know how you have a digital lock? He had a code to my house. I changed the digital lock that day.
Now, what type of work does he do?
So he has a beard company where it's the coloration for the beard. I've been with him to classes. I've been with him on some road trips that he's done to the different classes that he teaches at, when he does the master class, the barber's master classes. I've been with him as he did his products. I've seen him sell his product. I've seen that he actually works. I've seen him go to the different barbershops promoting his product. I've been with him. The crazy thing is, I was in Tennessee. In the back of this class, there had to be about 20 people there.
Okay.
And he introduced me as his woman, as his girl, in front of all these people. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to put the puzzle pieces together of what did I miss? And why was I so blind to not to know? Like, his wife must not have social media. We were literally building our following on social media. I literally would tell him when the video got past 300, 400. I'm like, look, babe, this one got to 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Because the most I would get on there is like 200, 300 views. And he'd be like, really? We're about to be viral.
I think that when I listened to it, he was setting up his next place. Like, because if he didn't own anything with her, he didn't own the cars, he didn't own the house, he was the type, to me, in my opinion, that would live in you know what I'm saying? Like, the same way he spent so much time getting you, it was an investment. So the investment was for him to get with you, and then you build him up on social media, and then before you know it, you're trapped with him because y'all already have this thing going. So now he could tell the wife, for real, fuck you. I don't need you no more. I don't need your cars. Yeah. I got her now, and we're intertwined with this online business. My beard company is taking off, and we're together. So I think you were the investment. You were the next investment.
The thing is, I don't even know if I believe that. I don't even know. Thinking back about, I think that's what his basically what he told me his end game was. He was basically saying that he was going to fix up that house, and that was going to be the last thing he left to her or for her before he got with me. This man was just at my live recording, all behind the scenes, all of the pictures, everything, and literally. Like somebody trying to call me. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was literally all behind the scenes with me. He knew it was going to be on Tubi. He knew it was going to be on pay-per-view. I was probably his next supply. I was going to be his next supply.
You were his clout. You were what he needed to help take his business to the next level.
How would he, why would he think that would work? That I would never find out?
I don't think he thought that you would never find out. I think he thought that before y'all got too deep, he would be able to leave that other situation like his wife. That's what I think. I think he had enough time. And being that y'all were technically in a long distance relationship.
No, we weren't. This is the thing, Tasha. Everybody keeps saying that. No. It was a long distance relationship for 10 days. He literally had a house here in Atlanta. He only started going down there once they started supposedly gutting out the place and working on the last renovation. He went down there to project manage it. So he literally rented out his place in Atlanta. It wasn't a long distance relationship. That's why I wanted to drive down there.
But did he rent it out, or was he staying in an Airbnb?
At this point, I don't know what to believe.
Because he don't sound like, I mean, if he driving the wife's cars to come see you and he doing all this line, I think he was in an Airbnb. He had to be.
Or maybe it was his cousin's house,
Somebody's house. It wasn't his.
Else.
And so I think he was setting up his next move. He wanted to move to Atlanta. He needed an investment. And a lot of men do move from women to women in order to be able to pursue their dreams. And so they need women like yourself in order to get comfortable, who are artists, who understand entrepreneurs. And I'm sure, like, you are an attractive girl. I know you're probably questioning yourself, like, how much of it was real. You know what I'm saying? That goes through your head. But, some of the best of us have been gotten. I'm talking about gotten. And in your case, like, I don't think, I think he had a plan and you didn't see it. because, like you said, you were all in.
The best of us have gotten. So even though this is one of the worst moments of my life, is I know that I can get past this. I'm strong enough. Like
Right.
I'm strong enough. My mother raised me. My mother raised me to be a strong woman. But now I don't even care to. You say you love somebody, I feel sorry for him, right? So I can't. The love that I have for him doesn't die in a day because he betrayed me. Yes, he betrayed me. Yes, it was a big betrayal. But now my mission has changed. Like, if you see the messages that I'm getting from women all over the world who have went through worse than me, my heart goes out to them. Like, all I did was cry and get my heart broken on the internet. Why are they reaching out to me and want to tell me their story? You know how many women and some men who are reaching out to me and just saying, because you were brave enough to tell your story, can I just tell you mine? I've been reading messages for the past 4 days. Because of that, that's why I'm able to heal. That's why I'm able to get back and get out of the bed and not be in a slump, because I have people literally rooting for me. Something that I've been praying for years, grinding in this music industry for a long time. I'm not new to this. I have people like that's in the industry who know who I am, who were reaching out on the post like, that's Benita, that's my baby. And I'm just like, the support that has been given to me from this, it can't be nobody but God. It had to be a reason. Nothing I could have did. I questioned myself, Tasha, days and days when it happened. Why did I have to fall in love with this person? Why did I have to get hurt again? Why did he have to be another lesson? And now I'm starting to see that it had to be that. It had to be that.
Were you sleeping with him unprotected?
I hate the Birdman, I hate BG, I hate Juvenile. You ain't about to come play celebrity with us.
You unpacked a lot there. How did it get to where it is now? Like,
you spending $2.5 million on a bitch who with time tool. You heard me? She with the other dude out to 17, and she young buck while she was with you.
Who is this lady?
His wife, the one who he be on TV with now, man, young buck. That's why Juvenile always saying he hate young buck. Oh Lord, you know you're killing me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it like it is.
You got a teardrop.
More on this one too.
Is that what it?
That's a tattoo. Tattoo.
It's just a tattoo?
We'll talk about it.
Can you rap something for us?
All I need was something that I could feed off, getting first crack at the beef like I'm the lead off. You're like weed, well, homie, come get your lean on. Catch you while you're rolling them trees and knock it clean off. If it's hard for the seat, I put the beam on. Thinking I'ma miss you with these, you better dream.
Rockefeller Records co-founder Damon Dash has filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy in my backyard, and he didn't hire me. I reviewed the schedules. First, he listed just $4,350 in assets. He has a lot of companies that are listed with unknown value worth of assets. Also, I found it really interesting that he owes Chris Brown supposedly $100,000, and he listed that he has a cause of action against Chris Brown and others for defamation and other things. Another thing is he listed no income, which is really strange because there has to be some sort of income, if family support or otherwise, that's helping you pay your bills. He only listed $5,200 a month in expenses. But this is proof that bankruptcy is not the end. It's the time to restart, rebuild, and get back to work. I'm Chad Van Horn at Van Horn Law Group, and if Damon Dash can use the bankruptcy system to rebuild and get his fresh start, so can you. Give me a call today if you're dealing with debt issues.
True story. I was 37, pregnant, and my ass was on a walker. Why? He took all my damn vitamin D. Now, even though I was taking a prenatal, he took that too, and I was breastfeeding, and he took more. I didn't find out till 3 years later that my vitamin D was so low. I took a test. Here's the test. And as you can see, severely so low in vitamin D3 that they had to supplement me 50,000 IUs, my doctor, okay, at 40 years old. I couldn't walk from my office to my house, which was across the street. I had to wear thick sole shoes just to ease up the pain on my feet. Would have known it would have been a simple vitamin deficiency. And so for that reason, I keep me some vitamin D3. Why? Because it helps the body to absorb calcium, to support the immune system so that the immune system won't cause inflammation, which will cause pain. And so this is the one that I particularly use, which is 10,000 IUs. It is flavored. I love that it has vitamin C here. You don't need to take it every day. I would suggest that you do talk to your doctor. You may need a test. Hop on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off this very potent vitamin D3, okay?
I broke a promise to God that I was going to wait for my husband. I made him wait. The first 3-4 months, we didn't do anything but kiss and, fool around. When I decided to give myself to him, it was a decision that I made wholeheartedly as a grown woman. And it was like, wow, this is my person. I can do this. So I'm not going to beat myself up or regret it, but I do feel like I'm disgusted now. I'm disgusted because the things that you would be able to share your body, I can't do that. To share your body with somebody else and you have a whole wife at home. A whole wife at home.
Did you contact the wife again? Did you reach out to her?
How? How would I find her?
Okay. I mean,
at this point, Tasha, when a narcissist, which I believe he has the narcissist disorder in the worst way, he's been in her head and manipulating her for 7+ years. I've had a taste of him for 5 months and was questioning myself at one point. Imagine being with somebody for 7 years. I'm pretty sure that he has told her everything, and she's probably believing him on everything he told her about me.
Oh, he back at the house right now.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, he back at the house right now. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm not going to say that there won't be a point where there is healing when I can talk to her, because I'm pretty sure the puzzle pieces of certain things that I have questions for now, I'm pretty sure she could fit those puzzle pieces in. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to be the one to reach out to her because I'm not at the state or the mental state right now to have another black woman tearing a black woman down, because I wholeheartedly feel sorry for her. I wholeheartedly would have never looked at this man if I would have known. So I can imagine how she feels. And I know she felt, I felt the energy of how she felt seeing me out there crying. She probably was like, that was me 10 years ago. Who knows? I don't know. But at this point, it would have to be a sit down with a mediator. It would have to be televised in order for, if she pull out a gun on him, she's thorough. Something. Yeah. I don't know what she has said this. I don't know what he has said her.
I get it.
I don't know.
I get it.
And that's just why I can't think about that. I can't think about what she's thinking or what she did. I feel sorry for her, but I'm kind of like, you should have had a leash on your husband. Like, get him out the street.
Girl, you can't put no leash on these niggas.
They
can't put no leash on us. You can't put no leash on these niggas, okay?
Yeah.
These niggas are for the streets. They for everybody. So,
I do want to say the apology. My biggest thing is, I wouldn't want to be a wife and to find out something like this. So my heart does go out to her. As much as my heart goes out to all those women who've been through worse than me, my heart goes out to her. As much as it goes out to me.
That's
because if this pain right here for 5 months, having a child, that business is most likely their business together. Mm-hmm. And I've seen the numbers or whatever the case may be that he's supposedly done. He shared a lot with me. So I'm pretty sure she's completely invested in that business, and mm-hmm. she's probably stuck with him as much as she want to be stuck. So I can imagine sleeping next to him because he's probably back in the house with her.
Oh, of course. Of course. So,
yeah.
I mean, when you're a wife, you invested. So when you're a wife, you invested. And so it's sad all around. I do admire your your courage and vulnerability to get on social media and like, cause you were just so happy in the car riding with a dog, and then it was kind of like, wait, what? A wife?
Yeah.
Hold up. And so I went to
Yeah.
try to find, like, I was like, did she put it out? Did she record it at the door? What the hell went down? You know, but I like the way that it went down out of respect, you know, for
Yeah.
that situation. And plus, you probably would have never known what would have transpired had you would have had that phone out, because it do trigger people to do more. And so I'm just glad that everybody is safe, you know.
She was emotional. She had a whole gun in her hand. So who knows? Like, imagine being with somebody for. And
Did
I
she
say,
look,
she said,
let me ask you something. Did she look like you?
no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
You know, usually men have a type.
She's pretty. She was beautiful. She was. You could tell she was like relaxed. You could tell she was, you know, at home, relaxed. You know, that evening, probably watching the game or whatever the case may be. She looked tired. She looked like tired,
Okay.
like maybe the years of, because even though she said celebrated 7 years, the son that's supposedly the one, and it's so funny because he always called this son the problem son. So when he would be around him, that's the only one that he would not be on the phone with me with him. All his other kids, he'd be on FaceTime. He'll let me FaceTime with them, different stuff like that. But that's the only one.
It's because
that
there was a wife.
supposedly problem one, and that was her child. He's like in his 20s. So even though she said celebrated 7 years, I'm pretty sure she's been with him for longer.
Yeah, you said the son is 20?
He's in his 20s. He's probably like 24, 25.
Oh, she used to that. That's her lifestyle. That shit is every day. Ain't nothing new.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he continue to try her the way that he does. And especially to go to this extent, I mean, she's used to that. That's every day. So now I don't think no conversations need to be had with her. She knows exactly what's going on. And so she was not surprised. That's why she was able to kind of figure it out without meeting you. Who's Bond? You know?
Yeah.
And so that's on that. I'm just shocked that you didn't pick up the phone at least once. And I think he used that reverse psychology on you, like, oh, ain't no code on my phone. Go through my phone, and you like, well, ain't no code on it. Ain't no need for me to go on it. So psychologically, you know, like unconsciously, you're like, I ain't finna touch it because I don't need to. It's open.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's a lesson I learned too, because the lesson I learned too is stop talking so much. Like, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. My grandmother used to say, because I would say to him, like, from previous relationships, like, I don't need to go through your phone. What I'm going through your phone for? If I'm looking for something, I'm going to find it. So when people's like, oh, you're popping up.
Go through these niggas' phones. Check they DMs, they LinkedIn, they emails from the LinkedIn. They got, I just found Tamika Scott's husband fucking DMing a bitch on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Yeah. I got receipts on there. I said, damn. LinkedIn, I would have never went to look at the account.
Man, I'm at this point, they're going to go to Cash App. They're going to have a whole at this point.
Hey, John Gray did that shit. Hey, I put out John Gray last year. He did that shit. As soon as I put out the pastor's Cash Apps to the lady, he was tricking on. He was like, I want to commit suicide. I was like, don't do that now. Not over no $25 Cash Apps. Don't do that, John. No.
Let me tell you, I'm about to blow your mind, because this just happened the other day. I've been getting all the support in the comments in my comments, and then I see a comment. Somebody finally found him. TikTok investigators, they finally found his page, and somebody happened to tag him on it. And come to find out, he has so many different aliases, so many different TikTok pages. So he commented on one of the TikTok pages, and the narcissist came out. He's just like, I'm a liar. That he couldn't say nothing else. He just said I was a liar. I'm like, okay, so what part was the lie? Can you tell me? Because I got receipts of receipting. So it's the crazy, because when it happened that Sunday, Tasha, I deleted at least 10 TikToks that day, because I was like, you know what I'm saying, just angry. So something told me stop deleting the TikToks, and I literally stopped deleting the TikToks, and it just so happened to be the monumentary ones that they went all the way back for, and they went to the recent ones when we just came back from Vegas.
Yeah, I took a trip together.
We just came back from Vegas. I had my live recording. We flew out the next morning to celebrate, to and he was doing some work out there. Like he had some business. He met up with some barbers out there that he's doing the hair show with that's coming up. Mm-hmm. So it was like a personal and work trip together.
So
you know what I'm saying?
What he was able to tell
that's
wife.
Probably what he was able to usually tell. That's probably what he was able to tell his wife. Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing is, it was a spur of the moment. It was a day. It was like 3 days before. Let's go to Vegas after my show. So he must have told her. She must be so used to his manipulation, or maybe he had told her a really good lie. But it was a spur of the moment. For somebody who has a wife, I would probably think that they would probably need to give him more time, not like because he was always spontaneous. If I'd be like, "Babe, let's go to lunch right now," he would jump up and come. So I never had any cause to believe that this man was tied to someone else.
Girl, because he was living in an Airbnb. He had number time. So, and he probably told her he was in Atlanta doing business, going around to all the different barbershops. It's going to take a bit more time. I'm selling. Things are good. I need more time out here. And so basically you had a whole free married man in another city and didn't know it. And his whole situation was back in North Carolina, you know, and that is just fucked up. And I feel so bad for you. I really do. I really do. Last time I had my heart broken like that, I was 19. It was a similar situation. You know, I was, you know, it was kind of like a high school sweetheart. He had been chasing me and stuff. But I didn't know, when I finally let in, I didn't know that he was sleeping with a 30-year-old woman since he was like 12. It was really fucked up. Right. So by that time, I'm like, oh my God, like where my head was spinning. And my auntie, rest her soul, she tried to tell me, she was like, child, he fucking that old lady. And I didn't think it was, I was like, no way he fucking that old lady. No way. She was an old lady, you know? I just couldn't see it. She was, I'm trying to tell you, that little boy fucking that old lady. I was just like, nah, son, you know, he been liking me for like 2 years, walking me to class every day, picking me up from class, taking me to work, get everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ain't no way. I'm like, auntie, you don't know what you're talking about. Man, I caught his ass at my neighbor house, who was my auntie, my cousin at the time. I called her my auntie because she was older. And then I go in there and I see the old lady sitting on the couch. And I was like, oh, where he at? And she was like, he in the back. Went back there and I started fucking his ass up. Boy, we was fighting from the goddamn bedroom to the bathroom. He was just trying to hold me down. I was like, and I told her, because she came to the door like, bitch, you gonna catch these ass too. You come back here talking shit, because it was just, I just clicked. Next thing you know, we in the yard.
I think that if it would have been just a situation where it was just another woman, you know what I'm saying, or somebody he was messing with, it probably would have went down like that. Yeah. But to know or to hear her say wife, that's the part where it was just like,
yeah.
Like, I think if it was a situation where I just seen him messing with somebody else and she was just like, I just met him or whatever the case may be, then I think it probably, but I'm never going to fight the woman. I wouldn't fight. I would have beat his ass though.
Yeah.
I would have got to him. I would have busted in that house.
I'm telling you.
But the person that I am, I just never felt like, even when I said it, he would make little jokes about somebody in his DMs or, you know, flirting with him from one of his barbers or classes and stuff like that. And I would be like, no, if she tried me, I'm just going to have a conversation like, are you okay, baby girl? Like, do you love yourself? Because this ain't worth it. Yeah. That's just how I am. And I'm not trying to act like I'm Mother Teresa or nothing like that. I just always felt like I'm not going to bash another woman. We are bashed enough as Black women from not only ourselves, but from our men too. I'm not about to do that to another one. So, yeah, no, he's not worth it.
Yeah, don't worry about that. And listen, he going to call you now. You know that.
He's not. How you going to call me?
He gonna get
I have been getting a call from like a random caller ID.
He going to show you. He going to show up at your house. He going to follow you somewhere. I'm telling you, that nigga going to show up. And listen, all that little love you got for him, because you're going to start.
It's gone. It's not gone, but it's not enough.
You're going to reminisce. You're going to look in his eyes, and then he going to tell you some sob story. And next thing you know, your legs going to be wide open, and you're going to be like, I'm not fucking with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just going to try it out to see if you can just trust him, you know. I'm telling you, girl, don't do it.
Nope.
I know you're going to do it, though, but don't do it.
No. I love myself too much, and I really feel like I'm at a point where I'm not close to love, and I feel like the right person is going to come.
But you need closure, though. But you need closure. That's what's fucking you up right now.
The closure is I have PTSD. The closure is seeing him not coming out the house. The closure is I'm asking him to come out this house to give me an explanation while the gun is pointed at him and he won't come out to talk to me. That's my closure.
I mean, the gun was right there. He could walk outside. He didn't know she was going to shoot. I'm in a situation.
The closure is all the lies. The lies that he told me. The lies all the way down to the last minute on that Monday, that's the closure. When I found the wedding pictures, I found them.
How the fuck you found the wedding pictures?
I found them. Listen, don't mess with a black woman's going. She gonna find them. He made the excuse because he made a mistake and told me her name. He made a mistake and told me her last name. He made a mistake and told me her whole name. She don't even have my last name. Her last name is Dixon. I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, I literally found it. And it wasn't from her. She doesn't have any really a social media presence. But Facebook, they find everything. And parents always posting on Facebook. And it so happened that her mother posted a happy anniversary. And the wedding pictures and his goofy,
and that's why he was able to get away with that shit, because she's not on social media. So he could do what he want, So I'm surprised at that too, and how bold he is, because family members and shit will see viral videos. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's 6 degrees of separation. So but to question myself on why I could post him like that and no one ever, it wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. I was supposed to have the heartbreak. I was supposed to do that because the song that I recorded yesterday, I swear everything that's the #1 hit.
Can you give us a snapshot of that?
100%.
Go ahead.
100%. You want to hear it now?
I want to hear your acapella.
Man, I was singing the acapella to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me,
yeah, close us out. Take us out of here with some song.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let me pull it up.
All right.
It's not even done yet, and I get chills just hearing it and listening to it.
They always say the best songs are written.
The best when I tell you, yes, and I already had a single that I was dropping on March 7th, and just this one is it. Let's just say that. All right, you ready?
Yes.
A little snippet.
Okay. The music is a little loud, so if you want to back it up,
Can you hear it?
Yes, that's perfect. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
I feel broken, hurt, deceived. Sometimes I feel angry, like I can't believe. That was me crying for the whole world to see. I went viral in a day. Yeah, that was me. Now everybody got opinions, saying our love would stay. Like that shit was a skit. What can 5 months make? Got me crying on the low, trying to hide defeat. But I already had a plan. This is bigger than me. And that was 5 months of love, 5 months of dates, 5 months of kisses, 5 months of promises that man didn't make. That was 5 months of flowers, 5 months of kisses. But all the while, he was hiding his misses.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. That's just a taste of where
I
it's
love
going.
me some neo soul now, girl. I sure do. That is okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So when are you gonna release the track?
So March 7th was the release of my song called Black Rose, which is crazy because I was basically in the second verse I was saying I went viral, and I was not even saying I went viral. I said I can go viral off some bullshit just because the world we in. I was like, I could go viral off some bullshit, but then turn around and post the music and don't get the same likes. Not knowing that I was basically talking about now, months later. I recorded that months ago. So as a bonus, I'm dropping Black Rose on March 7th, and that's going to be a bonus track that I'm just going to give. to go with
Okay,
it.
I love how you capitalize and get your check, girl. Listen,
Why not?
now we're gonna link all of your social media below, but can you tell the viewers right now, because we're gonna close up, and I thank you so much for just signing us off with just that beautiful melody, beautiful voice, very soulful. I love it. Like I said, I love neo soul. Um, tell everybody where they can find you, stream your music and things like that, or even DM you and ask you
So
questions and stuff.
yeah, so Benita Sings is everywhere. It's my name, Bonita Sings. My website is Benita Jelaine, which is my stage name, as well as my middle name, which is JALANE. So BenitaJelaine.com. If you go to BenitaJelaine.com, you'll see everything. You'll see where to follow me. You'll see where to get my music, my apparel line, everything is on there. So,
All right. I love it. And again, thank you. We're definitely going to be watching more. And please, 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 when you see him, please don't give him no pussy for the last time.
No,
Don't do it, child, 'cause
no. I'm disgusted.
you
I'm not. You say it, and it's crazy. People are like, oh, you're gonna go back. No, I'm the representation of not going back
love
and standing
is
up.
a
When they say stand
mother,
up,
but love is a motherfucker, though.
it is. But my crown is way too heavy to give it back to him.
Okay.
It's way too heavy to give it back to him.
Okay.
I have too many things to see, and you're basically gonna see the glow up because this is just motivation.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever see motivation, this is the representation of motivation.
Okay.
Because I want him to be sick. I want him to hear the song on the radio and be like, I did that. I want him to see me on TV and billboards and be like, yeah, that's the bag that you dropped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's be glad he didn't get a hold of the bag, because you would have been in a wife's position. So thank God for that.
And then he would have probably been on to the next somebody bigger trying to get somebody else
Right.
and saying, and I would have been the wife. And yeah, and then somebody else would have been coming knocking on my door. Nah, I'm good.
You see what I'm talking about? Mm-mm.
Okay.
Won't he do it? Thank you so much, Bonita. I appreciate
Thank you.
everything.
Tasha,
What's up?
listen, I've been following you for a long time. It's crazy how things it's crazy how things happen. Literally one day, I had to be, I've been following you for at least a year and a half.
Wow, thank
So
you.
this is an honor. Not only, I'm so happy that you are one of the ones that I was able to tell my story to.
Thank you.
I don't know you personally, but I always felt like you were funny, and you always reminded me of like you could have been a cousin of mine or authentic. And then I felt the authenticity through the screen, through my YouTube. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time out to help me share my story.
Anytime. No, it was my pleasure. Thank you for trusting me, okay? Because I didn't think you were going to do any social media. I said, with everything going on, I was like, she probably don't want to do no interviews. I was like, but let me reach out just to see. I'm like, because, oh, hell no. I just want to know if you fucked his ass up, because I'm telling you, I fucked that nigga
He better not pull up.
Sometimes you got
He
to.
better not.
Sometimes you got to.
I mean, at this point, I guess it's the phases because it's kind of his grief. I guess it's the different phases because at this point he better not come nowhere near me. At this point, I don't think so. He might want to take some time to
like
even
I said,
try to.
don't do it, girl. Don't give him no ass now, because it happened now. Don't do it.
No, it's a wrap. I promise. I promise.
All right, Bonita, thank you so much, and we'll be in contact, okay? And don't forget, today we are offering on shoptkdeals.com the sea moss drops. This is something that everybody needs to have in their diet. It has 98% of the vitamins and minerals that the body needs daily. We have this in mango. We also have it in pineapple. It has 10,000 milligrams of Irish sea moss, the same sea moss that Dr. Sebi preached about, and the same sea moss that a lot of the health gurus preach about as well. It also has spirulina, which is very potent in vitamins and minerals as well. It has zinc, burdock root, and vitamin C, okay? Use the coupon code TK10 to get your sea moss drops. This is our mushroom Vitamix, okay? The T-cell, NK cell Vitamix, very potent. The reviews on the website say everything. This is used to help optimize T cells, to help optimize natural killer cells, which kill off cancer cells in the body and things like that. It's been used in a ton of therapy. It's been in Chinese medicine for years, and people are raving about this. All you got to do is Google shiitake mushrooms. This is shiitake mushrooms along with turkey tail, some lion's mane, some cordyceps, all blended down. You can either cook with it, you can put it in your smoothies, you can drink it in water. Either way, you need this about twice a week. And if you're not down with the powder, we do have the gummies, all right, which has all of that in there. Shiitake mushrooms. It also has the reishi mushroom, has the chaga, it has the white button. And so all of this is condensed down into the mushroom extract complex. And also we have the mushroom 10X, okay? That's available as well on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off of your first order. Don't forget, guys, we are featuring the Koji Cocoa Soap. This is something that I use to help even my skin tone, clear dark marks and things like that. This is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? Be careful about using it on your face. Yes, it will lighten the dark marks, but it will lighten your face as well, and you don't want to be out here looking like Nene Leaks, okay? This is the Koji Cocoa Soap. We have the sugar case. I am so in love with the body oils, and you guys are too, because you're emailing me about them. These are body oils infused with like glazed donut fragrances. We also have watermelon squeeze. We have, let me put this up. We have the watermelon squeeze. We also have the Georgia peach body oil, okay? I usually put these on when I get out of the shower, wet, let them soak into the skin while the pores are open. And then, of course, I carry a bottle around to touch up. It doesn't leak. And that's one thing that I like about this Black-owned body oil company is that they don't leak all in your purse. I could travel with these. They don't spill. I don't know where the hell she got these bottles from or the oils, but she's doing her thing. You can access the sugar case on my website. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And last but not least, we have our top seller, which are the Active 8 fasting drops. If you are really trying to fast, if you are really trying to suppress your appetite, the right way, the Active 8 fasting drops is the way that you need to go. The reviews on the website speak for themselves. If you're looking for appetite suppression, which means you have to start first thing in the morning, okay? And you put the drops in your body, you put a little water in your body, and you just do a water fast throughout the day. People are emailing me saying, hey, Tasha, they work better than any type of Ozempic or semaglutide that's out there. It just helps to settle the gas in the stomach, and the stomach tells the brain that you're not hungry no more, okay? And so the fasting drops are available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 and let me know how much weight you've lost personally using the active drops, okay? And with that being said, listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. If you got a story that you want to tell, something as tragic as this, something maybe as motivating, okay? If you have a tip on your favorite celebrity, please email me at unWineWithTashaK@gmail.com. And also, guys, if you want to advertise on the platform, please feel free to email me at unwinewithtashaK@gmail.com or hit me on Instagram via the DM at unwinewithtashaK@gmail.com. And don't forget, guys, my movies on Tubi are streaming right now. The Last Interview, I Ain't Got It, as well as Everyone Talks to Someone. Thank you so much for your support, winos, and I will see you on our next video. Now I gotta go. Bye.